Hello and welcome to Atlanta Motorsports Park, where I have the opportunity to drive this Acura NSX Type S here around the track on some new Bridgestone Potenza tires. So let's check it out. Bridgestone has brought us out here so that we can check out their new line of Potenza tires, including this tire, which is the Potenza Race. And this is a pretty ideal tire for a supercar like this Acura NSX. And in this video, we'll get to take it around the track here in Georgia and tell you all about how this car drives. The NSX is a bit of a squeeze with a helmet on. Of course, we're on the track still. The helmet.
Okay, so it's just
smart to have.
Do it again, radio check, it's working.
It is a cool feeling being here in the cockpit of the NSX. I am personally a huge fan of the original NSX. So I'm excited to get to drive this, and I'll be getting some driving instruction throughout. So for most of this, I'm going to be silent. I'm going to focus on the actual driving aspect, but I could talk a little bit about what that driving experience is like once I've actually been through it.
Throttle out. Saying patience is a virtue seldom held by women, never held by men. I got the lesson sign in my friend's bathroom.
This you can't deny about Honda and Acura as well, is they make a car that is well engineered. They make a car that drives really well. This is that to a T. And I'm not a spectacular driver by anyone's stretch of the imagination. I'm more of a truck guy, but it doesn't take Ayrton Senna to appreciate how good a car like this drives. It is so cool. What an experience to get to drive this car on the track. And these Bridgestone Potenza race tires, they're really impressive. I mean, everyone's been beating on them all day, and they've still got a ton of traction. And this is a heavy car, and to this car's credit, it doesn't feel that heavy, but these tires are getting some punishment. Now, these NSXs are mean machines, as most people know, because this car has been around for a while. And I mean, 520 horsepower, 443 pound-feet of torque, and it's a hybrid system with a combined claimed 600 horsepower output. It's a 3.5 liter twin turbo V6 paired to the hybrid system. It's all-wheel drive, and that makes for, at least on paper, a pretty spicy powertrain. It also makes for a relatively heavy car, however. I mean, these weigh in around 3,800 pounds. Opening the door here, we get to check out the interior, which is one of the really cool parts of this car. I mean, it is a very high performance car, so it's not an overly posh and luxurious interior, but still really nice seats, really nice materials, and a pretty cool layout here. You can see right there, push button controls for your 9-speed transmission, and a lot of carbon fiber. This is a pretty cool place to sit. It's just impossible not to enjoy something like this. These cars are genuinely fantastic, and it's a lot of money. I mean, $170,000 when these were new, and yeah, it's a...
How about we do a swap of position as we come out of this corner?
it's a hard thing to justify spending almost $200,000 on a car that, I mean, could be a down payment on your house, you know? Wow. So yeah, so now we're in our cool down lap, and I can actually kind of try to wrap my head around the experience that we just had here on the track. What an incredible car this NSX is. It's definitely fairly heavy, but man, is it fun to drive. It just feels so solid and so well engineered and so controllable, which is the impressive thing that I've noticed about, well, the only couple supercars I've driven, is that they can be surprisingly civil to drive, even when you're driving them hard. I mean, if you turn off all of the driver aids and all of the computer systems in these cars, then you're just dealing with a lot of power and a vehicle that can bite you pretty quickly. But part of what makes a modern supercar like this impressive are those systems that keep you in line. And it's funny, you know, driving this car, you don't really feel it transition between the electric part of the powertrain and the gas part of the powertrain. It all feels very seamless. Again, that's part of the impressive engineering behind this machine. It's a really cool thing to drive. So, you know, I understand why some people don't feel like maybe it's a proper successor to a car that would really be impossible to follow in that same way. But I mean, until you've gotten one of these cars out on a track like I just got to do and have driven it, you know, it's hard to fully appreciate just how amazing of a piece of technology and engineering this is. This is a really amazing vehicle, and this is a memory that's going to stick with me for a long time. So yeah, a huge thanks to Bridgestone. I've kind of focused mostly on the car in this video, but this event at the end of the day is all about these Bridgestone Potenza tires, and they're not paying us to be out here, but this was a great opportunity to get some time in some really cool vehicles, get to push them a little bit, and in doing so, also see how these tires perform. And these tires are really impressive as well. So a huge thanks to the team at Bridgestone for getting us behind the wheel of this NSX. This has been an awesome trip. And there's a ton of other videos that we've done out of this event. I got to drive a Nissan Z. I got to drive a Subaru BRZ, and also got to drive a Civic Nissan race car. And that's all for this video. Be sure to catch us in the next, and thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.
I'll be back in just a few minutes.
You know, definitely can't be as much as I did, but yeah, a lot of fun.